where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life.
Well, it's a cold case. It's been lingering for 27 years.
Sean Diddy Combs is running out of time, and things are getting tighter for him by the day. Just when you thought the scandal couldn't get any worse, his defense team is struggling to meet a court deadline to explain how he's been communicating from jail. It's hard to believe, but it gets even crazier. A former associate has testified before a federal grand jury, saying they have bombshell evidence from Diddy's secret meetings. And if you think the details we're about to reveal are shocking, hold on tight, this is just the beginning.
Thought Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do documentaries.
Let's start with the latest shocking news that's got everyone buzzing. Diddy's top lawyer, the one who's been by his side for months, has reportedly quit in the middle of the trial. That's right, his experienced, high-powered attorney has walked away. This isn't just some new lawyer, we're talking about someone with decades of experience. For him to throw in the towel? That's a huge red flag. Word is, he lost confidence in both the case and Diddy himself. If your own legal team is bailing,
what his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is, he's got a lot of enemies, and I really don't believe it's them.
As Diddy's legal team falls apart, things keep getting worse. A leaked prison call has sparked major speculation, with a voice believed to be Diddy's telling his son to get rid of pizza foxes. What does that mean? Was he trying to hide evidence? The leak has only fueled the fire, raising more questions. Meanwhile, prosecutors have found disturbing evidence in Diddy's home: firearms with scratched serial numbers, a huge stash of personal products, and recordings from private events showing questionable behavior. They've even seized over 1,000 bottles of items tied to specific activities. These details are making the allegations
just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time we'll start.
As Diddy's legal troubles grow, the prosecution is sounding more confident than ever. The accuser's lawyer has claimed that Diddy's chances of avoiding a life sentence are almost non-existent. With the overwhelming evidence stacking up, it's hard to argue. The lawyer points to a massive amount of support from witnesses, recordings, and seized items. They've even said that Diddy's wealth and influence won't be enough to save him now.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
The leaked prison call is stirring up major speculation, with Diddy allegedly telling his son to get rid of evidence. While the meaning of pizza boxes is unclear, many think it's code for something incriminating. The leak suggests Diddy's every move is being watched, and it's causing a frenzy online. Some see it as the smoking gun that could end his case, while others view it as just another piece of a messy puzzle. But now, more people are coming forward. Witnesses are sharing details, and one former associate claims to have flash drives full of recordings from Diddy's private events. If this evidence is as damning as it seems, it could be the final blow to his defense.
We're not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come.
And speaking of let's talk about Diddy's now former lawyer, Mark Agnifilo. With over 30 years of experience defending some of the biggest names in corporate and criminal law, Agnifilo is no rookie. He's the kind of lawyer you want on your side when things get serious. So, why would someone of his caliber walk away? Sources close to the case suggest that Agnifilo saw the writing on the wall. Between the mounting evidence, the leaked recordings, and the damaging testimony, even he couldn't find a way forward. And honestly, can you blame him? When the evidence keeps piling up, there's only so much any lawyer.
You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Here's where it gets even more interesting. With Agnifilo gone, Diddy is struggling to find new legal representation. Insiders say it's not going well, his reputation is in shambles, and the case against him keeps getting stronger. As each day passes, it's becoming harder for him to find a lawyer willing to take on the case. Without a solid defense team, his chances of winning are looking slimmer and slimmer. The situation is getting more desperate by the minute.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
So, where does this leave Diddy? It's hard to see how he can bounce back. The evidence is overwhelming, witnesses are speaking out, and even his legal team is abandoning him. His once glorious reputation has taken a huge hit, and fans are turning against him. This fall from grace is just beginning, and with more evidence and witnesses surfacing daily, the case is becoming a spectacle. If you think it's intense now, just wait, things are about to get even crazier. Stay tuned.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
The revelations just keep getting darker. This story is no longer just about legal battles. It's tied to shocking events in music history, mysterious deaths, and decades of betrayal. The deeper you go into Diddy's world, the more it feels like a web of secrets and power plays. Now, let's talk about Kim Porter. Diddy's former partner and mother of 3 of his children, her sudden death in 2018 was blamed on health issues, but rumors have suggested there's more to it. And it's enough to...
Right, well, Kim Porter, you know, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children,
right,
has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
Sources claim that Kim Porter didn't just know Diddy's secrets, she was planning to expose them. Reports suggest she was working on a tell-all book that could have revealed not only Diddy's personal life, but also his alleged involvement in some of hip-hop's most controversial moments. The twist? She reportedly told close friends that if anything happened to her, they needed to make sure the book was released. Now, rumors are circulating that a former associate of Kim's has this explosive material. If true, this could change everything for Diddy, not just in his legal
battle. The person that really put their hands on women really is people who have men who have feminine traits. So, you know, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, you know, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, there's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man.
A chilling claim in Kim Porter's manuscript suggests Diddy may have known about or even been involved in the deaths of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. These iconic figures' deaths have long been shrouded in mystery, and now the question is being raised again: could Diddy have played a role? In the mid-1990s, Diddy was at the top of Bad Boy Records, while Suge Knight dominated the West Coast with Death Row. The rivalry between them was personal, and after Tupac's death in 1996 and Biggie's just 6 months later, the question remains: who was responsible and who...
The whole East-West thing started. We were caught off guard, and that broke my man's heart.
For years, retired law enforcement and insiders have pointed to Diddy, with one name repeatedly surfacing: Greg Kading, a former Los Angeles detective who led the investigation into Tupac and Biggie's deaths. Kading claims Diddy offered money to have Tupac and Suge Knight taken out. Though the plan didn't go as planned, the situation becomes even more complicated with Dwayne Sy Davis, a former gang member arrested in connection with Tupac's case. Davis has implicated Diddy, claiming he was promised a significant payout for...
You know, that's the whole truth on the Tupac thing, you know what I'm saying?
Biggie Smalls, Diddy's star, was rumored to have tensions with him, with some suggesting Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy and start his own label, which could have threatened Diddy's empire. Now, with Kim Porter's alleged manuscript resurfacing, these questions are being raised again. Diddy is mentioned in court documents tied to Tupac, and troubling patterns have emerged. Many close to Diddy or in conflict with him have met tragic ends.
Named Diddy 77 times in court documents related to Tupac's murder. but the connection.
Courtney Burgess, a former associate of Kim Porter, claims to have flash drives with recordings that detail Kim's fears for her safety and instances where she felt her privacy was invaded. This aligns with reports that Diddy wired Kim's home and hired people to monitor her. Burgess's testimony, though not public, could be key evidence. Kim had also reportedly arranged a contingency plan for her children's care, naming guardians outside of Diddy's circle, suggesting she didn't trust him to prioritize their well-being. Additionally, the sudden deaths of Andre Harrell and Heavy D, both close to Diddy, have raised questions about whether their connections to him made them targets.
The only man currently facing charges in the case, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, claims that Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, paid for a hit on Tupac.
Just when it seems this story can't get more tangled, Jamie Foxx enters the scene. The actor, who has had his own mysterious health issues, has long been connected to Diddy, even hosting some of his infamous parties. Sources suggest Jamie may have overheard or seen things that put him in danger. Could his health scare be linked to the allegations against Diddy? Then there's Aaron Carter, who tragically passed away under unclear circumstances. Aaron had claimed his life was in danger before his death, and some believe he...
Right now, Davis is fighting for bail ahead of his murder trial, which he has pleaded not.
As all these pieces come together, it's clear that Diddy's current legal troubles are just part of a much bigger picture. The accusations against him go beyond isolated incidents. They reveal a history of using immense power and influence in ways that have caused lasting damage. From the East Coast-West Coast rivalry to the tragic ends of those close to him, the stories
emerge. Countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our homicide section to get to where we are today.
Diddy denies the allegations, calling them baseless, while his legal team challenges the evidence. But with new witnesses and evidence emerging, it's hard to ignore the growing case against him. The big question remains, will the truth come out, or will it be another unsolved mystery? One thing's for sure, this isn't over, and Diddy's future looks increasingly uncertain.
This case, this is a case that it's going to take some nuance, that's for sure.
As the saga of Diddy continues to unfold, the questions about his possible involvement in some of music history's most shocking events grow ever more urgent. Will the truth about his alleged connections to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie ever come to light? And could Kim Porter's mysterious passing, along with her rumored manuscript, hold the key to uncovering Diddy's darkest secrets? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Stay tuned for more revelations in this explosive story.
Some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshall's inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week.